Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gamer Levi back with another video, and today we are going to be doing a tier list of all the preachers and the messages at Momentum. So I know that you guys would be like, oh yeah, are you going to go watch the services back and stuff? But today, no, I'm not, because it's going to take forever, and it's going to take me like, I don't know, like a few hours to even do this video if I'm going to watch them all over again, because every single like session and message was like an average of 50 minutes to watch them again. But yeah, the tiers today we got are amazing, great, good, mid, and trash. And the messages that we got today are Jeff Bogue, Christopher Yuan, Clayton King, Tony Lavigny, Jeff Bogue again, his second one, Keith Manier, Alicia Childress, and Corbin Hugh. So, enough of me talking. Let's get into the video. Alright, so the first session that we went to this year at Momentum was, or the first message that we heard was Jeff Bogue's first message. And all I remember from, another thing I'm going to do in this video is when I start talking about the session and stuff, I'm going to pop up notes that I took from that session. So, editor, can you pop up the notes on the right side of the screen for me? Thank you very much. So all I remember from Jeff's was like, there was like, he told some stories about like where he got locked out of the house, where his dad had a stroke, where his wife was on a freaking like Brazilian inner tube ride or something, and he was telling stories about like, he was telling stories in the Bible that was like the prodigal son, the lost coin, the lost sheep, and it was all like, do you feel unseen? Do you feel lost, or do you feel like you're a runaway? Those were like the three things. Three things. So, but I feel like there's, and I also made a list. Like, I actually made a list. I'm not looking at it right now. Like, I can show you right now. My phone is black right now. Like, my phone is black. I don't have anything, but I do remember that I made a list. You can put the list up on screen, of all the preachers. So, and I remember saying to myself, there's room to beat Jeff Bogue. So Jeff Bogue's first one is honestly going in good tier. Alright, next sermon, Wednesday morning sermon, Christopher Yuan. I really liked Christopher Yuan's sermon, and it was all on the topic of gender and sexuality and stuff like that. And I knew right from the get-go, in his, like, in the session, like, he started off like this. Play the clip.
For God so loved the world.
When a man starts off like that in a freaking session where you're talking to 2,600 kids and or youth pastors and stuff like that, it's insane. The man had mad aura. The man had everybody in the room listening. It was insane. Like, I can't imagine anybody else being better than Christopher Yuan at that moment in time. But yeah, Wednesday night, Clayton King. I remember him starting off with like, hey, I'm from South Carolina, where we drink our tea sweet, our chicken fried, and stuff like that. Play the clip.
I want to greet y'all from the hot, humid, muggy south of South Carolina, where we eat our chicken fried, and we drink our milk with all the fat in it, and we drink our tea sweet, because that's how Jesus drinks it.
But he was really cool. All I remember was he was bald. I remember him telling a joke. You can play the clip.
Here's another misconception people have. Well, I love everyone. I love everyone. And on this one, I just gotta say, no, you don't. You don't. Let's tell the truth now. Don't lie, because y'all know where liars go. Washington, D.C.
I remember I watched the session back a little while ago, and I remember dying laughing. It was insane. And the reason I watched the session back is that I didn't take notes because my phone was dead that night. So it was a great message. So I'm gonna put that in great tier. And then Thursday morning, Tony Lavigny. I remember he started off like saying where he was from, and that he started, like, his story started at Momentum, and like he was talking about how Jeff's message, Christopher's message, and Clayton's all led up to his. But the main thing about Tony's was like, it was all about generosity. And the thing I liked about him is that he had a whole list of what he was gonna do. You could put the image up on screen. He had a whole list on what he was gonna do, but my favorite part of his message was his motorcycle story, which was really cool. If you wanna go watch the session back, I'll put the playlist of the sessions at the end of the video, and you can go watch them back. But Tony Lavigny's was really, really good, so that's why I'm gonna put it up in amazing tier. And then there was worship night, which I'm not gonna count as a session, or I'm not gonna count as like a message, because Dane and Josiah kept just mentioning verses, and I'll just write them down. So I'm not gonna count that as a session. But we got Jeff Bogue again, which I don't really remember. It was Friday morning. All I remember from Jeff's is that we were up in the nosebleeds. That's really all I remember about Jeff's second one. But I really don't remember. And I remember, like, I was like, whoa. Like, whoa, Jeff, I understand what you're saying, buddy, but why are you saying it like this way? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying either bottom of good tier or like top of mid tier, which I don't think any other message will be in mid tier. So, and then we got the man himself, Pastor Keith Manier. All I remember when we went to Keith's is that I was really paying attention to what Keith was doing, not really what he was saying, because if you guys remember in the video, we were saying like we were going to be playing Keith bingo at his session. We did, and nobody got a bingo. And then the next morning he had a power track and people kept playing. So Cam came back from the power track. He was like, I got a bingo. I'm like, what are you talking about? He shows me, and I'm like, how did you do that? And he was like, because of the power track. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't really care. You can tell Jake. So, but I remember rewatching it, and I was taking a bunch of notes, and I was like saying, oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's true. That's something we need to do, and stuff like that. So it was good. It was great, but not as good as these guys up here. And now Alyssa Childress, Saturday morning. Keith's was Friday evening, by the way, guys. Saturday morning, all I remember from her was like, here's the decisions. Here's like would you rathers, right? And the main thing I remember is that about her story, where her dad was one of those hippies in the 60s where they were looking for Jesus and stuff, and her dad was actually kind of in the storyline to the movie Jesus Revolution. If you've ever seen that movie, it's a great movie. So that's really all I remember, but it was good, but I wouldn't say it's better than Clayton King's Jeff. Like, I say it's better than Jeff's. No, wait, hold on. No, I'm going to say it's better than Jeff's first one. Jeff's first one was actually really good, so we'll put Jeff's there. And then I feel like I love this session so much. Corbin Hughes, he was so good. Like, oh my, this man was so good. He would always. This is how he entered. Just play the clip. This is how he entered.
Yo, what's up, Momentum? How we doing tonight? Gosh. Yo, they done let me back on the stage. Man, when I tell you, this is truly an honor.
And I remember he was talking about, like, he was like Kevin Hart and Keith combined, I could say. Which was, he was funny. He was really, like, inspirational. He was like, this is an honor to be back at Momentum. I moved to the hood just to get people to convert and stuff like that. It was funny. Like, play some funny clips from Corbin's thing.
If you know any length of my story, you know I used to be a background dancer. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? But now that I think about it, I've always been little. You know what I'm talking about? I remember riding back in the van with my dance group, the Looney Tunes. That was what we would call. I was Buzz Bunny. You know what I'm saying? What up, Doc? You know what I'm talking about? Yesterday, my wife called me. She was full of excitement. She said, babe, Alea, who is our daughter, who is 10 months, she said, babe, she took her first steps. Momentum will always be special to me. Because this is where my baby girl took her very, very first steps. And so I was actually hanging out with a group of my friends here, and I was actually low-key salty about that thing. You know what I'm talking about? Because all 4 of my kids, all my boys, they all have walked to me. But my daughter chose to walk to my wife. I ain't saying I'm mad. I'm just saying when we go to marriage counseling on Tuesday, I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I'm just joking. Okay. But literally, after I got done hanging with my friends, I'm telling you, I'm talking about something precious and valuable. How do you repay that person? After we got into the house, well, once I got back to where we were staying for the conference, I'm sitting there, and I call her Shug. I said, Shug, come to Dad. And y'all, this is what she doing. She was sitting down. I said, come to Dad, Shug. She stood up. I said, oh, snap. Her head kind of too big for her body, so she got to doing this right here. Wait, man, don't be laughing at my baby. No, just kidding. All right. Head just bobbling. She smiling. You know what I'm talking about? Look like a zombie. You know what I'm talking about? The prettiest zombie I've ever seen in my life. Right? So she stood up. She started to make her way to me. My whole entire house, my boys, my wife, we all lit up with joy. And in that moment, I looked at my wife. These are my exact words to her. I said, babe, thank you so much for creating this beautiful family that we have. I started thinking about this in a biblical way, and I also started thinking about it just in my family dynamic. So me and my wife, we'll be married this year 11 years, right? Yeah, 11 years. Oh, yeah, y'all give it up for us, praise God. You know what I'm talking about? Love her, man. Love her. We have 5 beautiful kids. I heard somebody over there, yeah, I got 5 kids. What's wrong with you? 5 of them. Every time I say 5, I want you to pray for my wife. You know what I'm talking about? We have 4 boys, and we have a daughter. Jesus. Somebody said Jesus. Call on them. You need them, don't you? But then in 2020, it's when COVID happened, and we all in the room had to sit with ourselves. And all I kept feeling was, but who is going to go back for those people? At the time, I'm at a large church in Atlanta, Georgia. Influence shot through the roof. And I remember walking off the stage, frustrated. Until one day, I called a friend. And that friend name was, in my phone, Big Jeff. I remember calling Jeff. So I'm forever thankful, man, because here's the beauty of the gospel. If your burden become his burden, he always will be able to connect you with the right people. And those people will be able to help you carry that burden in their way. He will form the connections. I remember walking up that stage and being in Georgia at the time, and I'm calling Jeff, and I'm telling Jeff, I feel like God is telling me to walk away from the church now that I'm a part of and move to the hood to start a church. Am I crazy? His exact words to me were, Corbin, you are crazy. The medium household income where I'm from, where my church at, is $23,000. You got friends who make more than that at Chipotle. And we didn't just do that little cute thing where we stay like on the suburb side of town and then we drive in and say, look at who we're going to help this Sunday. I packed up my wife and my 5 kids and we moved right into the neighborhood. We was outside playing basketball, throwing a football with my oldest son. So we outside throwing the football and my oldest son, Daddy, do you hear those fireworks? I said, Austin, let's go in the house, buddy. Because there weren't fireworks. It was that pew pew. You know what I'm talking about?
But yeah, I feel like Corbin's was like the second best. Now I'm gonna put the list up on screen. The list of the numbers on screen. So you guys let me know what your list is, and I have this as a public tier list on tiermaker.com. So if you just want to look up Momentum Youth Conference 2025 Preacher tier list on tiermaker.com, go ahead and make your tier list. But in the amazing tier, we got Christopher Yuan, we got Corbin Hugh, we got Tony Lavigny, an amazing tier. In great tier, we got Keith Manier, and we got Clayton King. In good tier, we got Jeff Bogue's first session, and then we got Alyssa Childress, and then in mid tier, we got Jeff Bogue's second one. So yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. And the reason I'm saying it right now that this was a quick video is because I need to go put my laundry away. So but yeah, guys, remember to tag me on IG or Facebook or I don't even know. If you decide to make this and you want to post it somewhere, tag me in it and I'll look at it, and then I'll probably repost some on my stories on IG. And yeah, so yep, that's Momentum Youth Conference 2025 Preachers tier list. That's the end of the video. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.